Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue dans cette édition spéciale sur Matin TV où on reçoit un coach marocain qui est installé aux États-Unis depuis plus de 30 ans, Alex Lalaoui. Alex Lalaoui, thank you for accepting our invitation and welcome to Matin TV.
Oh, you're welcome and thank you for having me.
I just remind our viewers that you're one of the most successful Moroccan coaches in the US. You work with a lot of organizations, mainly the US Soccer Federation, and you've got also many projects going on in parallel. But everybody likes a good success story. So tell me please about how you landed in the US and how it's a football, but it's an American football, basketball, hockey country, and maybe baseball also. So you, Moroccan, landed in the US with your football. What can you tell us about it?
Well, I started my US journey back in early 90s. I went as a student visa, and my first place I landed in was New York. It was Staten Island, one of the boroughs of New York. And from there I was playing soccer before I turned my journey into coaching. So coaching starts again from the ground up, from it's called the grassroots now, which is F license, the E, the D, the C, the B, and A license. And currently I am a US Soccer DOC licensed coach with the US Soccer Federation. Means DOC abbreviation stands for Director of Coaching. And I'm a father of two. I have two children, 17 and 21 years old, a boy and a girl. I reside in the state of New Jersey. Some of the tasks or roles or responsibilities that I handle, I know there are many of them, and for the state of New Jersey, I am a coaching director for ODP, Olympic Development Program, players on their way to become professionals, and that's how we feed the national team as well as the MLS. Universities and all that comes through us. We basically, the state association. I also, I'm a coaching, I'm an instructor for the US Soccer Federation. I'm also involved from all to do with the curriculum and the programming for players as well for coaches. That's part of my specialty, is instructing and developing coaches. In addition to player development, of course, I do have a soccer academy, private soccer academy. It's called Soccer Learning Center. I founded it back in 2002. In fact, I am about to celebrate our 23rd anniversary coming soon. And that's for youth program. Again, that's player development for youth and adult program. I have leagues part of it. It's a co-ed league as well for youth and adults. I also am the president and the founder for US Soccer Heroes. It's strictly for law enforcement and first responders in the United States. Has been founded back in 2007 with the help of the governor and few mayors, politicians, which I work closely with them nationwide. In fact, there was a great initiative that we worked together as not just from sports standpoint, but also from political standpoint, which is something that I believe in. I know sometimes people believe that forget about politics, you don't need. In fact, no, politics exist, and they're part of our lifestyle. So you need to adapt, you need to work together to achieve the goals, because they have certain things that we don't have. And I think working together, it's a win-win situation. I am also the coaching director for few towns, few cities, like Secaucus, like Jersey City and Hudson County. I took another job. I can't believe I'm still taking some in my spare time, but sometimes trying to help the best I could as the reason why I took it, because it's a prestigious town and a club, very known nationwide. It's called Carney, where Tony Miola and John Harkes and Tab Ramos and all these big soccer players are there. So I just been appointed as the technical director for it, Carney Thistles. Also and some other schools that I do as a guest speaker and other stuff here and there.
Yeah, of course we will speak about football, soccer, as you say, in the US, and the grassroots, especially for the kids, and the scouting process, etc. But I'd like to stand out this point about US Soccer Heroes. It's an initiative that involves first responders. That means police officers, firefighters, homeland security maybe, and that creates this kind of a bound between all the people that are involved, especially in a country that knew 9/11, for example, and we have seen that all those heroes were the first responders was actually the most hit. So you're doing this for their sake, for your sake, for all the community's sake?
Yes, I'm doing it as it's almost like a package plan for all. We can benefit from this initiative. And the goal started back in, first it was only for law enforcement first responders, where I used to play against other departments. For example, we play against Homeland Security, we play against FBI, we play against sheriff, corrections, variety.
Firefighters, marshals.
Firefighters, U.S. Marshals, all that. And what happened in 2015, there was an issue with Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. So I came with the idea of maybe I should have now, instead of playing just law enforcement first responders, maybe we play against civilian. And this would create or build a bridge between the two parties where we get to see them playing on the pitch, not just what's happening outside. But I think this would create some sort of a trust and some sort of to smooth the whole thing what happened at that time. So since then has been absolutely kind of it's been good since then. And we play a doubleheader at the Red Bull Arena. It's like you say in Stade d'Honneur, and it's like a pro style along with a Botola game. For example, New York Red Bull playing against LA Galaxy, and after that game would be law enforcement first responders against civilian. You get one ticket and you'll be able to watch two matches, and it's good for all. So I think it's done so much. It was kind of positive things, I think, for the community, I think nationwide it was.
I think you've been in the US since early 90s, and maybe you have witnessed firsthand the difference between the approach in the US football, soccer, between the pre-94 and the World Cup era and the post-94 and the World Cup era.
So that's, yes, I strongly agree with you in terms of being there and witness that kind of environment of before, during, and post. And I think that was the best moment to see that kind of transition. And the P4 was all focused about the Cosmos. Cosmos is one of the greatest teams worldwide, where the greatest players played there. Franz Beckenbauer, Pele, and then, I mean, we keep going, Castambi, and there are so many of them that were involved. And the agreement in 1994, when we host the World Cup, the agreement with the FIFA is to put together a MLS. It's not fair, imagine. You're hosting a World Cup, but you don't have a champion or Botola. I don't think it's enough. So there was the agreement in 1996. We created MLS. And since then, things start taking off. Now, at the moment, as we are transitioning into an MLS, we needed something to motivate and inspire people to come and play the game of soccer. Yes, Pele called it the beautiful game. It is a beautiful game. But just remember that we have another beautiful game. It's called the American football. We have another beautiful game. It's called basketball. We have baseball. We have hockey. We have so many of them that these people grow up playing it. It's almost like, and then you come and you want to not take away, but you want to add another sport, and you want to make it as the preeminent sport, meaning the main sport nationwide. That's a challenge. And that challenge, in order for you to accomplish it, you will need more than just playing. You need names. So that's why at the beginning, we brought Djokovic, we brought Thierry, we brought Beckham, we brought some names where we draw people coming to the stadium to watch the game. So we've done that for about probably maybe over decades, and now we are transitioning from having a famous star player to the players themselves. Youth people now they sign up by themselves. So mom and dad are involved, not just to play soccer. Now they want to watch their kids playing, they want to see them developing. Now they want to see them play in the MLS one day, and why not national team? So I think that was, but the beauty with what we did, we created a methodology in the US Soccer Federation. It's called Play, Practice, Play. And it is based on player-centered, fun, safe environments, okay? So it's more inclusion, developing and growing. So we want player number one to have fun, to enjoy the game, so he or she can come back. Just remember, the goal is to bring them back. And for you to come back, the only thing that's going to bring you back is to have fun. Yeah. So the fun is the main thing. So we always believe as the basic needs, or the basic needs of the players are fun and development. So they want to have fun, but also they want to learn. They want to have fun with their kids, but also you want to create an environment where they can enjoy the game. So that's the grassroots level. Then we have the pro level, that's more performance driven. This is at the competition now. High school, college, MLS, a pro, all that. So that's, and their methodology, it's called OLI, or WOLI, WOLI, stand for warm up, orientation, learning, implementation. And that's how, for example, not just coaching your team, but we want the coaches, we train coaches, how you will be able to coach your team and the opposition. Because remember, as a coach, you're not coaching your team only. Yeah. You have to coach both. Yeah. And you have to have the eye to be able to identify your area of needs and your area of strength, as well as those action steps that you're going to take afterwards, whether after second half, whatever it is. And you should be able to apply that towards your opposition. Mixing the two, you'd be able to identify certain things that probably your team would benefit from. So that's the approach that we've been taking, and it has been beneficial for our country.
Speaking of your role, which is the most important for me, is to have grassroots players, that means underage players, ready to take the step up. So what you do is scouting those good players. How does that develop?
From a state association. So we have 50 states, and they're all under the umbrella of US Soccer Federation. So remember, these are all US Soccer Federation, and we have 50 states. We all do the same, we're all taking the same pathway. For example, let me take the state of New Jersey, where I am the coaching director in that state. So we take the state of New Jersey, and that's, for example, we have, let's say, the age 2008, which is the 14 years old. And we're going to do scouting for that age, let's say boys or girls. So we will invite them to come to one of the 4 dates or locations: north, south, east, west. Remember, some of them, they can afford to go to the south. They live in north, and vice versa. Or maybe in the east, they can go to the west. So to make it affordable and manageable and easy access, we created 4 locations for them in the state of New Jersey. And we offer it for them to come in, and they can choose. They can come to one of them, they can come to all 4 of them. Obviously, if you come to all 4, that's beneficial because the coach will be able to see you multiple times.
Yeah.
And even from a player standpoint, a player not one day maybe not good enough for him or for her.
Yeah.
You might be in a bad mood. Maybe you can't.
Maybe
you
he's
seem
sick.
nervous
Yeah.
and you couldn't. So the more it's better. So what we do is we create those 4 locations, and here you go. You have thousands of kids. They show up. For example, out of all that crowd, we select, let's say, 100 kids, and then we invite them to phase 2. They come back to phase 2, and out of those 100, we select 26 children or players that they're going to represent the state of New Jersey as a 14 years old for the year 2008. We do the same thing for 2010, 2009, all the way to 2005. 2005 is their last year. They are 17 years old.
17, yeah.
By then, the game is over.
Yeah.
You made it. If you don't make it, you probably may get involved in something else or keep it as a hobby for you on the side.
Yeah.
But let's talk about those that they are pursuing this as a career, where they are heading towards their pro level. So now we have 26
Per state.
per state. So we take the East region, nationwide.
Yeah.
The whole nation is cut into 4, north, south, east. So the East region, it has New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, Vermont, Maryland, Virginia, Massachusetts, all that. And we go into do this pool where we have to do that kind of tryout. And out of it, we're going to take 26 to represent the East. Now, we don't call them New Jersey anymore or New York.
Yeah.
They represent the East region. You see this format that we did?
Yeah.
The North, the South, they're going to do the same thing. So we have 4 26s.
Yeah.
They're going to have almost like a championship, and the practices and
So every year, if I'm correct in my calculation, every year, nationwide, you got a pool of 110.
Oh yes.
110 players for every age category.
Absolutely.
So 14 years old, 110. 15 years old, 110, and so on from 13 years old?
We start from this year. We are 2010 to 2005.
Okay, so 12-year-olds to 17-year-olds.
Correct. So
and,
5.
And 110, that makes like maybe 700 players that are available every year to pick from the best.
Oh, way more. Oh, a lot more. For each age?
Yeah, for each age.
Oh, we get so many. Over 1,000 of children, they show up for
so you must find somebody who's really skillful.
Oh,
and good.
We should be able. Yeah, we definitely vacuum them. We'll get them wherever they are.
So if he's good, he's on your list.
Absolutely. We have, like I said, during a tryout, let's say have 10 fields. Field 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I assign each field. Maybe 4, we assigned 4 coaches, evaluators, who are going to evaluate and assess the player. So, and there's a scale, 1 to 5. 1 is the weakest, 5 is the highest. We're looking for 4 and 5, the highest numbers. So every 15 minutes, we move the evaluators from field 1 to field 2.
Yeah.
Field 2, field 3. Field 2, 4, and on. This way,
there's no bias, there's no...
Yes, and you remember, every player has a 3-digit number. We don't go by his last name or just to avoid any conflict. That's the son of this, he knows this, she knows that.
Yeah.
Now, we don't want to deal with all kind of stuff, so we have to be fair.
Scientific.
Yes, fair for everybody this way. You make it, you don't make it, but that's the process that we take in terms of, and that's how we feed our MLS, we feed our national team, and some of them, they go further. Some of them, they get full scholarships to colleges, $200,000, $300,000. Or they benefit.
Or they can go abroad, for example.
Or they go abroad. Absolutely. There are a lot of opportunities opens up for them when you and we train them. Remember, when we pick those 26, they have 1 year of training with us. We train them. We have coaches. We train them, and it's a process for the year. Like now, we just finished our ODP, and the 11th and the 12th of June, we just did the East region. So July, the last week of July, that's when I'm going to do our new tryouts,
Yeah.
which we're going to release on August, and will start in September. September all the way to
next
June.
year.
Yes.
Okay. I heard the Germans, the Bundesliga clubs are very fond of the American product, and there's a lot, every year there's more and more players going from the US abroad, especially to Germany, where they develop in the Bundesliga and maybe in the second tier in Bundesliga, and then they come back stronger, or maybe go to the English Premier League also, like we saw with Pulisic, with many other players.
Yeah, I think we have a good foundation, and also our curriculum is pretty strong. And I mean, even from a grassroots level, like for example, our grassroots, US Soccer grassroots player development philosophy, we believe that at the grassroots level, children, not even player, we treat them as a human being, not just a player.
Yeah.
At the grassroots level, children learn and develop through a game, and learn to their full potential through a game-like experiences in an enjoyable environment that supports individual growth. That's number one.
Yeah.
And we are based, let's say if we think about our US Soccer education philosophy, we are based on 3 pillars. We call it reality-based, holistic approach, and experiential learning. Like experiential learning, we believe that comes from the evaluation, the analysis, and reflection of developments. And also, so this is who we are.
Yeah.
So, and this is something that we believe in as a country.
Do you, from your point of view, from the US, do you have the occasion to follow a little the Moroccan football? Do you watch some games? Do you know?
I follow. I do follow Botola.
Yeah.
And also I follow, just look at the players and look at. I do around, and also the national team.
The reason for my question is, do you think this methodology that is done in the US process, especially in grassroots, do you think this model could be applicable here in Morocco?
I think so. I think our methodology, it's very unique, and it's not made. It's not custom made for one person or one country. Remember who we are. We are a diverse country in the United States. We are made out of variety of faces, colors, you name it. Yes, I am an American Moroccan. For example, as an American Moroccan, look what's my background. My root is Moroccan. So we have the same thing, people from European, we have Asians, Africans. So our methodology, our pedagogy had to be something that will fit all of us.
Yeah.
Why? Because we are involved. Who put this together? It was all made for, so that's what made the US Soccer methodology. It's something that's almost universal. Can Morocco use it? Absolutely. But the process it took us to put it together, I think we took our time, over decades of, I would say at least 15, 20 years to put this plan together. But we took our time, and now here we are. We believe in on something that worked for us, has been working for us, and I think we start getting some fruits. You see our national team, how they play.
Yeah.
From a men's standpoint, I don't need to mention the women. Women, they're already rock and rolling the world when it comes to soccer. And sometimes I just look back and I see what I have. As a 13, 14, 15 years old, even with our 11 and 10 years old, incredible. I think for another country to catch up with us, it's a long process, because what we have, Khadija Illa, she's the president of women's soccer in Morocco, and also she's a member of CAF. She said, Alex, this is amazing. She was impressed. And the point, she was there during the time of Morocco against US. She came for also a visit, but she really took her time. She wants to learn everything. I think she came to our ODP, she came to our indoor, our adult and taking notes and all that stuff. I think that's not only from Moroccan standpoint. We have been getting a good number of people coming from South America. Remember, a lot of South Americans coming to us. Caribbean, the same thing. And also now European, we see, and I see what we have in the class. Sometimes I ask them, I'm like, what's your background from? Oh, I came from this. And why wouldn't you take your license from France or from Holland? Why United States? So we must be doing something that's durable or maybe positive or beneficial that people could
benefit from it.
Exactly.
And we talked about time, of course, because you have to have patience to put a project in place and in a process and maybe gather the fruits 2 decades later. But apart from patience, what do you need to be in this process?
You need support, that's number one. When I say support, you have to be patient, of course. But when I say patient, not the coach, but the environment.
Yeah.
Your fan, your committee, people who's involved in the game of soccer, families, and you gotta be and to get that support. I think that's huge because it plays a huge factor as you progress. Because yes, you want to put together a curriculum that you're going to present, but at the same time, it's a curriculum that doesn't, you're not going to get the fruit overnight. Yeah. So like we say in US, it's not something that's going to happen overnight, but we do see you will get some...
you get results.
The result for sure. But at the same time, it's almost like you have a tree. And tree that you plant some seeds, whatever it is, and here you go, you got a nice tree with orange or apple there. So you're not gonna get the whole thing fresh. You might get like one is rotten, not good. You're not gonna throw the whole tree. You gotta take that one out and you use the other one. Yeah. So basically there's gonna be some imperfection, but you're just gonna adjust accordingly and you continue growing. In other words, you're not going to say goodbye to, for example, to that coach, and you have to start again from scratch. Well, how long gotta keep starting? Yeah. So sometimes there is confusion between the role and responsibility of a coach and the role and responsibility of the curriculum. You've got to have a curriculum to follow through, whether you are PP, Poussin, Medium, Cadre, Junior, Senior, all the way up. That's who we are. This is the pathway. Yeah. Okay? If you're hiring a coach and his task or her task is to do this,
it's his role to adapt.
Adapt to that curriculum.
Not the system to adapt to the coach. It's the coach to have.
I might have a different way of formation, my own style. I'm not going to change the curriculum. Yeah. The curriculum is there.
It's the philosophy of.
So if I leave, somebody's going to come and take over. He's going to have different formation, different style, but you're not touching that curriculum. That's the Moroccan way. And that's something that we did in the United States. This is our way. This is who we are. This is the play, practice, play, for example, at OI. So we are teaching it for the 4v4, 7v7, 9v9, 11v11. Based on what?
Boys,
based
girls,
on the player development framework. You need to know who you are, who you coaching, who's in front of you. A 4v4, think about the player developmental needs, player developmental goals, the key qualities, the player and the coach behavior. These are factors in place. A 4-year-old playing is not like a 20-year-old playing. A 4-year-old, you may get on your knee and like, are you okay? How you feel? Certain things that you have to, the smile, this, so you can encourage that player. A 20-year-old is totally different. I don't think you're gonna get on your knee, then you look weird. That's gonna feel kind of weird. But there are certain ways how you can deal with each one of them. That's why we put together a player development framework. First thing, foremost, is to know who's in front of you, who you're dealing with. Is it a boy, a girl? Is it a 7 years old or 14 years old? Is it a pro player? Because if it's a professional player that I'm dealing with, whether his name is Hakimi or, that's me, those people need help. Hakimi, for example, if you have a star player, you got to understand what they go through, how to lead that particular player on a team, not just on the field and off the field, and understand his cognitive parts, the mental aspect, beside the motor skills, his movement, all those technical stuff, and also the psychosocial, talking about the behavior, maybe, and that's something that you have to watch during the game. Why he's acting like this anytime when there is something goes wrong. What you have to, sometimes we talk about it, but you have to act, and it's a process too. And thank God, in the United States, we've got that kind of support.
Yeah. Do you miss Morocco? In the sense that if you get a call, hello, Coach Alex, we need you in Morocco. Would you be ready to add yet another job to your fantastic curriculum?
Morocco is always Morocco. It's like home. That's like I say, I have parents, mom and dad. I call Morocco my mom, and I call United States my father. So I born here. I spent almost 21 years in Morocco. United States, I think they gave me so much support as well, opportunities, and they taught me certain things where they helped my passion, and they helped me grow, and they offer me so much in a time where I would never think that I will reach those levels. When you see yourself taking a license from an instructor, and you turn around 20 years after, you find yourself, you and that instructor doing the same job together, and all of a sudden he personally supporting you to take a higher level. That's amazing. But back to your questions, Morocco to me is like, it's why not? It's always open to challenges. Maybe not before, because my kids, they were younger. I could not take anything in the past. I had certain offers in the past, not from Morocco, but some other countries. I could not jump into that because my focus is to raise my children. Now mine are 17 and 21 years old. And I think like I call myself, I'm open to challenges. I love to, just challenge myself and challenge other countries and get them to where they should be.
Well, anyway, you got Matin TV call, and you're welcome anytime you want to join in. So you're very welcome.
Yeah, this is, and I can't thank you enough, like being here and being part of this beautiful event, and it's an honor again to be. It's an honor to be in Morocco. Morocco would never. That's my roots. That's who I am. I know where I go. It's Allah. People see Alex Lalaoui and wondering, they have that kind of question mark. Where he's from? Oh, Moroccan. And I heard sometimes people like, oh, he's French Moroccan. Please, don't insult me. What do you mean? No. There's no such French Moroccan. There's no such a Mexican American. No. Morocco is a kingdom of Morocco. Please call me. I'm Moroccan, and I'm very sensitive when someone call me. I'm Moroccan of Muslim Moroccan, alhamdulillah, and I'm proud of who and I'm proud to call myself Moroccan American.
Thank you very much, Coach Alex.
ألف مرحبا. هذا راه أكثر من الشكر. تنشكركم على هذا اللقاء، وتنشكرك بزاف على هذه لو ماتان، هذا بالنسبة لي بحال فرح كبير.
Shukran. Mesdames et messieurs, ici s'achève cette édition spéciale sur Matin TV. Merci beaucoup de nous avoir suivis. Amin Lamri.